What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Today's topic is, why do so many men get so angry when they practice seed retention? Please like, share, subscribe, and hey man, let me know what you think about my content. You liking it? You not liking it? This plan, I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if I want to keep this in the background or not. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I gotta put another plan on this side, but I'm not gonna be too particular about it. I'm sure somebody in the comment section is gonna say they like it, and then somebody gonna say they don't like it, or many people probably won't comment at all, but it is what it is. Alright, man, so enough of me rambling on, man. Why is it that so many men are just so frustrated? Like, even you as a man, like, why is it that you get so angry when you practice semen retention? It's because you are experiencing feelings and emotions that were always there to begin with. When I was in my car, man, I was talking to God because I knew I wanted to record this video. And I was trying to figure out the best way to explain it, the best way to go about it. But I realized this: so many men are so angry because of the following. So I got my notes, okay? Got my little notes over here, okay? What's hidden behind the anger is people pleasing, inflammation, so just always feeling sore, whether it's the knees, the back, the shoulders, whatever the case may be, because of a poor diet and just improper nutrition, jealousy, passiveness, bad attitude problem, and last but not least, sexual frustration. All these things that I just mentioned, right? They all result in not being where a man is supposed to be. I'm gonna say that again. All these things that I just mentioned, they all result because a man is not where he wants to be in life. So now he's pissed off. Now he's angry. Now he's hostile towards others. He'll either take it on his woman, take it out on his job, getting into fist fights with people. And from a Christian perspective, many men will just sit down here arguing about the Bible. Like, I remember, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to say nobody's names, but, you know, I got a phone just like anybody else. I got a group chat just like anybody else. You gotta understand something. When a lot of men are practicing this discipline, they're going to get angry. It's just going to happen. Like, I got a lot of guys in my group. A couple of guys in my group are arguing about video games. One guy came at another guy talking about what's wrong with video games. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just deal with that later. I'm going to just check that tomorrow. If I feel as if I have to say something, I'll say something. But if anything, I'm going to let those two just argue it out, man. You know, that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I was in another group chat for my Bible study on Tuesdays. And these two guys are arguing about the Bible. Like, one guy, right? Here, he was like, you know, hey, look, listen, we need to elevate ourselves, check our attitude problem. God is with us, this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, cool. Little encouragement, whatever. These two guys are arguing because, you know, one guy, I'm not going to say their name, but one guy thought that, you know, he was taking the scripture out of context. That's why I get so tired of being in group chats. I get so tired of being in group chats because I see so many men arguing, whining, and complaining and getting frustrated. And it's like, why? Why are you doing this? For what? Doesn't make any sense. But back to what I was saying, you know, sexual frustration, those block goals, irritability, inflammation, things ain't going the way you want them to go. That's why whenever you see a man, 9 times out of 10, whenever you see a man who's always pissed off, he's always angry, he always look like he want to pick a fight, always talking about people behind their back, always say, you know, I don't like that person, I don't like that person, I don't like what this person said, I don't like what that person said. 9 times out of 10, he has poor emotional control. There ain't nothing wrong with being intense. There ain't nothing wrong with getting angry from time to time. And there's nothing wrong, right? There is nothing wrong with being agitated about life. It says it in Ephesians 4:26-27. In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry. And do not give the devil a foothold. So what does that mean? What that means is this. You're allowed to be angry at times. Okay? You are allowed to be angry, but you cannot stay in your anger. 9 times out of 10 is probably because you got to address something. You got to get something off your chest. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with confrontation. When confrontation is done right, it results in a resolution. You understand? When confrontation is done wrong, it results in a pointless argument. I was reading the book of Proverbs. Right? I was reading the book of Proverbs a little earlier, and it says, do not argue with fools, because fools do not want to have understanding. Okay? Stop arguing with everybody. I beg of you. I plead of you. I pray. Stop arguing with people who just want to argue just to argue. It is a waste of time. And this is the truth about this journey on semen retention, abstinence, no-fap, celibacy, whatever the heck it is that you want to call it. The truth is this. Stop arguing with people. You know, if you got something to say to me, let's just handle this in private. We don't need to go on YouTube. We don't need to do it in no group chat. Let's just, you and I have a conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? And let's not argue just to be arguing. And please don't waste my time with no pettiness. Like, take a moment and breathe. If this is really a problem for you, say something about it, please. But at the end of the day, man, stop arguing just to argue with people. Because some of you, this is the truth about you. This is something that you need to hear. You're arguing with everybody because your life sucks and ain't where it needs to be. And instead of just whining and complaining and finding some way to be the victim, you want to sit down here and get yourself a little quick dopamine rush, and you want to argue with everybody. I've seen it with my own eyes. That used to be me as well. You know what I've been doing? Breathing. Just like this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Open up your eyes, and you good. Now, if you got to do it a couple more times, do what you got to do. But you see how I'm a lot more relaxed? I took me a deep breath. I was like, I inhale and I exhale. You know what I'm saying? Inhale the anger, exhale calmness. Okay? That's what you need to do. Because so many of y'all as men, you will let your anger get the best of you. And you can end up in jail. You can end up losing your job. You can end up losing your woman. And a lot of y'all, let's just tell the truth. The reason why a lot of y'all are divorced, the reason why you can't keep a relationship is because you always trying to argue with women all day. Look, listen, man, women are emotional creatures. That's just the way it is. Women are emotional people. There's nothing you can do about that. It's because of her cycle. She gonna be up, down. That's just the way it is. Okay? That's why sometimes when you see her, sometimes she just in a little bit of a mood. Okay? She can't do that much about it. You know, be empathetic towards it. You understand? Stop letting yourself get so angry, because when you let your anger get the best of you, you will always, I promise you, you will always lose the war. So it goes into my next point, man. What do men do when they don't get their way? Well, what they do is this. They turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, they turn to weed, they turn to womanizing, you know, turn to that porn again. And that's the reason why a lot of y'all as men can't keep yourself a legitimate streak, because you don't know how to handle your anger. You don't explore. Why am I so angry? You have not addressed that. You don't breathe. You don't pray, as I just breathed earlier. You know what I'm saying? You are not taking the time to take care of yourself. So now you letting everybody get the best of you. You letting go of all these arguments. You letting everybody just talk to you any way they want to talk to you, instead of just saying, hey, look, listen, can we have a conversation, please? Hey, look, listen, you know what happened a little bit earlier today? I would appreciate it if you didn't talk to me like that. That's all that you have to do, right? It's just, here's the thing, right? You got all this anger, this hostility that's pent up in you because it's all this frustration, because you have not had sex in a while. You ain't looked at porn. You got all these block goals. You're a people pleaser. You get easily frustrated because things are not going your way. And most importantly, you don't like being told what to do. You got a problem with authority too. You better rid yourself of all those things I just mentioned as soon as possible. You understand me? Take it to God. Just pause for a minute. What you got to do is you got to pause. Let me read you some scripture real quick. Okay. This one comes from James 1:19 through 20. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. For man's anger does not bring about the righteous life that God desires. And that comes from James 1:19 through 20. See, this is how you use the Bible. The Bible has a lot of wisdom. You understand me? The Bible got a lot of wisdom. You got to take this wisdom and you got to put it into practice. You got to meditate on it day at night and put it into practice. When you find yourself being angry, you know what? You be slow to speak. Take you some time to think about this. Be slow to speak and quick to hear. You understand? Don't be the opposite. Because a lot of y'all get yourselves in a lot of trouble. A lot of y'all gonna get yourselves in a lot of trouble, man. And the reason why you gonna get yourself in a lot of trouble is simply because you could not handle your anger. Look, listen, man. Still to this day, I get told what to do. Caleb, what do I do? You're probably asking me right now, right? Caleb, what do I do? I'm so angry. I'm so pissed off. I read this Bible and it ain't working. That's the problem. Your problem isn't that you're not reading the Bible. Let me break this down to you. You're not patient. You understand? You're not patient, man. I've been talking to men for years. I'm a man myself. You can see I'm a man, okay? Like, I'm not a woman. I'm a man. I get it. Life ain't going the way you want it to go. Life is not working. You know, you still living with your mama and your daddy. You ain't clapped cheeks in a minute. You're not married. You've been addicted to them tapes, but now you got yourself a little streak, so now you just been mad. So then you give into that relapse, man. I know what you doing. I know, because I used to do the same thing. But you got to do that deep work, man. You got to do that deep work. That's what you have to do. Ask yourself those deep questions. Ask yourself, why am I so angry? Who is it that I need to talk to? Okay? What is it that I need to do about my anger? Okay? As I said earlier, how much time do I need to breathe and pray? And how do I start off my day? Because how I start off my day as someone who's always had a bad anger problem, shoot, man, read the Bible. Listen, man, got this journaling, you know. I read the little book of promises if I need to. If I got to carry it with me, I carry it with me. You know, at the end of the day, I'll just be writing things down and I'll be reading, man. And I just reflect. You understand? Whatever is angry with me, whatever is hostile with me, it goes in here. Or it goes to prayer, whatever the case may be. But I do not tell myself this, that I'm going to walk around just being angry, hostile, stonewalling, me mugging people, the move be mess around and find out, come at me, bro, whatever terminology y'all want to use out here, man. Come on now. Let me talk to you. I know what I'm talking about out here. I know. I trust me. I get it. You anywhere between 18 through 34. I done my research. You a man anywhere between 18 through 34. People trying you. They testing you. But this is what you got to do. As I said earlier, you got to develop coping mechanisms, okay? You need coping mechanisms to monitor your mood and your behavior and your mood swings and your irritability. You got to do what's best for you. That's it. You have to do what's best for you, because at the end of the day, look, listen, man, you could get so angry and so pissed off that you could punch somebody in the face, bow, shoot somebody, stab somebody. Let me talk to you, man. Come on, let me talk to you. Come here, let me talk to you, man. Let me talk to you for a minute. You end up shooting somebody, stabbing somebody, you know, getting in a car, getting drunk, and then you hit somebody, and then, you know, God forbid, you kill somebody, and where you end up? In jail. And let's be honest, a lot of y'all ain't got money like that. Some of you may be rich, and some of you ain't rich. So your lawyer can't bail you out, and your mama and your daddy can't bail you out. So what you doing, huh? What you doing, boy? You spending time in jail. Just because you didn't think before you acted. So that's the reason why I tell people, man, when it comes to your anger, get a grip on that as soon as possible, okay? That's what's going to help you out with your semen retention journey. That's what's going to help you out in your semen retention journey. Because if you can monitor your mood, you can transmit your mood into something else. If you could get out here and control your anger in a very productive way, you're going to be an unstoppable man. But if you sit down here having an emotional reaction to everything, a man who is controlled by his emotions is a dangerous man to himself. Straight up. He is a dangerous man to himself. So there's two types of danger. A focused man is a dangerous man because he can control his emotions. But an unfocused man is a dangerous man to himself. Some people are just hard-headed. In closing, man, I would strongly recommend, man, get a grip on your mood. Journal, pray, fast, Monitor your mood swings. Monitor what times of the day you get the angriest. Write these things down. You got to do that deep, self-reflective work. Because how are you going to grow and prosper if you never do the deep work? And then you find yourself a woman, and then, you having these attitude problems, and it's like 2 women in the household. Let's just be real about it, because you got to be the calm one. I don't care what nobody say. You got to be the calm one. You cannot sit down here letting your anger get the best of you. I refuse. I told myself this when I was a young boy. I told myself, you know what? I am not going to let myself get angry and hostile all the time. Whenever I have a thought inside of my head that says, you know what? Mess around and find out. Come at me. Who the F you talking to? I know I need to go to prayer. Straight up. I know I need to go to prayer. I know I need to do some reflection. I know I need to do what? I need to do some journaling. But okay. Let me journal about this, that, and the other. Okay? That's it. And if I need to schedule a therapy session, then I need to schedule a therapy session. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with therapy, coaching, or counseling, fellas. Get your head out of that. You need somebody to help you. Okay? I'm trying to help you out around here. Because when you don't know how to control your anger, you will project it onto your woman, your future kids, your church, everyone else around you. And guess what's going to happen? People are going to start avoiding you. And people are going to be scared of you. People are going to be intimidated and threatened by you. Now, as a man, don't mishear me. You being respected is a good thing. But you intimidating people, threatening people, me-mugging people, trying to put people in their place, trying to dominate and conquer people, that's not God's character. And you know that. That's intimidation. That's pride, and that's your ego coming out. So get a grip on yourself, man. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm very thankful and grateful if you listened all the way to the end. Take care. God bless. And as always, man, peace. 2 fingers. You do not want to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different to happen. It's time for a change. Listen, it's time for a change, which is why I created my course, Breaking the Chains of Pornography. I created this course because I started realizing, wait a minute, there's so many men out here who are struggling with pornography. So many men out here struggling with sex addiction. So many men out here who are afraid to get married, and so many men who can't even keep a girlfriend. Now, as someone who's had a problem with pornography 2 years ago, right? I can honestly tell you, I was walking around, I was shy, I was timid, I was nervous, I was scared. I didn't know who I was at all. I didn't care about my appearance. I didn't take care of myself. And I was always afraid of everything. I had this doomer gloomer attitude on life. I'm sitting around here and I'm blaming everybody else for my problems. I'm blaming men, I'm blaming women, I'm blaming the church. But who am I not blaming? I'm not blaming myself. So I had to do some soul searching. And by the grace of God, I've still been free, which is why I want to help you out. I get it. It's lonely being a man. But this course right here also has community, has the right connections, has God-fearing people in it as well, and most importantly, a support system for Christian men who are battling what's going on in the last days. Let me tell you something, man. The last thing you want to be doing in these last days is battling with pornography. What would Jesus do if he was sitting right next to you? He was sitting right next to you, and he knew that you were battling with pornography, and you just kept giving in over and over and over again, instead of doing something differently. Do you think that Jesus would be happy with your behavior?